Hi there ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life fan, and this is a video of my DVD and Blu-ray pickups for the month of May 2018, a sizable haul of titles, and I picked up quite a few DVDs, and we'll start off with the DVDs first. And these three titles were missing from my collection of my favourite comedy duo, Laurel and Hardy. I do have the Universal Hal Roach set. This one is Bogus Bandits, also known as The Devil's Brother. This one's more of a musical. This one's set in Italy. It's a good one, this, Bogus Bandits. This one is Bonnie, Scotland. And I could watch these two guys over and over again. Never get tired of watching them. They had great chemistry. Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. And this one, Flying Deuces. And these were missing from the Universal set, which comes in 21 DVDs. And that will go in my Laurel and Hardy collection. I do like my anthology TV series, and a series that I never really had a chance to watch a lot is Tales from the Crypt. And this is the first season. I do remember back in the VHS days enjoying the Creepshow movies and watching Twilight Zone, the original Rod Serling 60s series, but never had a chance to watch Tales from the Crypt. I will be picking up Tales of the Dark Side, which I remember hiring, but nice DVD release of this. So a lot of you horror heads will most probably have in your collection. Tales from the Crypt. And the series was based on the EC comic series, and this series ran for 7 seasons from '89 to the mid-90s, I think. This one is the second season, and you can pick these up reasonably priced, not too expensive. There is a German release, I think, of the first season, but that doesn't come with a English audio. And this one is the third season. DVD set that was reasonably cheap is the Blade trilogy, starring Wesley Snipes. This is more of a horror superhero movie about a vampire hunter. I do remember watching the first Blade, but I can't recall watching the second and the third one. But this came for a good price, and if I do enjoy these movies, I might even pick up the Blu-ray movies of them. Blade 2, and the last one was Blade Trinity, but I bought this set from my local CX store for £4, which is a real cheap set, so I'll be checking these movies out. The Blade trilogy. So that was all my DVDs. I want to send a big shout out to Big Chris and Big Chris. I will leave the link to his channel. Big Chris, big Charles Bronson fan, and he sent me a message if I wanted the Scandinavian steelbook of Once Upon a Time in the West. I do have the Zavvi out of print steelbook of this movie, and I've kept that one sealed. But this one will be my viewing copy, as this was the Scandinavian released, and he messaged me asking if I wanted a copy of this, and I accepted. So many thanks for sending this steelbook out to us, Chris, and in return I'll have to send something back to you. But classic Western, Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West, and if you haven't seen this great movie, then please do so. You are really missing out. So many thanks, Chris, for sending this out to us. Picked up the Anderson tapes starring Sean Connery, a movie directed by Sidney Lumet, and they made about 5 movies together. And this is an early 70s crime thriller. This is a movie that I have seen bits of, and this is the indicator release, which is the dual format and a nice booklet to go with it about the movie. The Anderson tapes, and he made this movie after he quit the role of 007 James Bond in the late 60s. This is an early 70s movie, The Anderson Tapes. Finally picked up the Arrow collector's edition of Dario Argento's Deep Red, and this set I missed out first time and is actually going for crazy money on eBay, but I picked this up for a reasonable price. Nice release, and this comes with the movie itself, a couple of cuts of the movie, poster, and a booklet. And you know Arrow always do great releases, especially their collectors sets that they do. But really glad I picked this one up, as I've heard this is one of Dario Argento's better ones. This one does have a 4K scan of the movie Deep Red, a mid-70s giallo movie. Not a massive fan of Superman, but I picked up this nice box set. This is the movie picture anthology set, 1978 to 2006. And there are the movies: Superman the movie, Superman 2, Superman 3, the 4th Superman movie, The Quest for Peace, and Superman Returns. Definitely watched the first 3 movies, and I really enjoyed the first 2 movies, but it kind of went a little bit sour in the 3rd one with Richard Pryor. Great comedian, but I didn't really enjoy the 3rd one, and I haven't bothered with the other Superman movies, but mainly got this one for the first 2 movies. Love the role of Gene Hackman as the villain. So that is the Superman anthology set. Quickly just show titles that Cashew One sent us from the US, which I did a video of that trade package, and this is Planet of the Apes Legacy Collection. First 5 movies. These are all American releases. Love the first one, classic. Screen Factory steelbooks of John Carpenter's They Live. Escape from New York. And these Screen Factory steelbooks are limited to 10,000 copies. And freebies, he sent me the 7th season of Tales from the Crypt. So I just need a few more to get to complete the collection. Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left. Wes Craven movie I haven't seen. Definitely look forward to checking this one out. A triple feature, Payback Time, action movies featuring Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer, Chuck Norris in Silent Rage, and Jan Michael Vincent, White Line Fever. And another Chuck Norris movie that he sent is an early one, starring Chuck Norris, Breaker Breaker. So that's what Cashew One sent us. Picked up Alien, the Zavi Steelbook, and I did buy the Alien set, box set, but I wasn't really happy with those sets. But normally for steelbooks I prefer to get sort of favourite movies of mine, and this is a classic, the original Alien movie in the franchise, directed by Ridley Scott, and most people would have seen this great sci-fi horror movie, but really glad I've picked this one up. Also picked up the second one, Aliens, and this one is directed by James Cameron, and probably going to upset a few Alien fans, but I actually preferred Aliens as my favourite Alien movie in the franchise. This was more of an action movie, kind of like the Wild Bunch in space. And actually, Sigourney Weaver sort of has a more of a kick-ass attitude in this movie, but definitely my favourite Alien movie in Aliens. My favourite Michael Douglas film, Falling Down, and I do wish that they put out a better release of this movie. Definitely a great one, early 90s Michael Douglas movie. A middle-aged man who reaches breaking point on a bad day in Los Angeles and goes on a violent spree. And also starring in this movie is Robert Duvall, of the veteran cop who tries to track Michael Douglas down. But great movie and shouldn't be missing in anybody's collection. Falling Down. A few cheapies from TX. The Book of Eli, starring Denzel Washington. And I haven't watched a lot of his recent stuff. Denzel Washington seems to be making movies for the sake of it. And Gary Oldman in this always plays a great villain. And this was a cheapie from CX. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake. 2010 remake. And Freddy Krueger, definitely my favourite serial killer. Probably going to upset a few Friday the 13th and Halloween fans, although I do love those movies. Now, I always preferred Freddy Krueger, as he was a serial killer with personality, as I like to sort of claim. But this is the remake. I don't really know what to expect from this, as Robert Englund isn't playing Freddy in this, but picked this up for a cheap price, so I will check this one out. And I can't see it being compared to the Wes Craven original. This is Gallow Walkers, another Wesley Snipes movie, and this is a sort of like a horror western. And there was a lot of trouble in making this movie, a lot of delays, as at the time Wesley Snipes got done for tax. But it sounds like a cool idea. A zombie slayer. Wesley Snipes looks a fun idea, but I don't expect it to be a great western, but we'll check this one out. Gallow Walkers. Picked up The Walking Dead, and this is the 6th season, and I've just finished season 3, which was the season in the prison and the battle with the governor. And I've got to be honest, The Walking Dead is a series that I didn't think I would really enjoy so much, as I'm not a massive zombie fan, but this series is definitely growing on me. And I think they're up to about season 7 or season 8 at the moment, so I've got quite a bit to catch up. But I will be starting season 4 fairly soon. So this was a nice price from CX of the 6th season. Not really the biggest DC superheroes fan, but a lot of people have been claiming that Wonder Woman is a great superhero movie. Wasn't really a fan of the TV series, but I have seen the trailers of this movie and looks like a good one. Looks well made, so we'll be checking this one out. Wonder Woman. And the last title that I picked up was recommended to me by a fellow YouTuber from the UK, and I'll leave the link to his great channel, Kermit's Ghost, and he recommended this American Western starring Christian Bale, Hostiles. And I'd seen him pick this one up in a out and about video. Fine actor Christian Bale, and he gave it the thumbs up and said it was a very good western, so I picked this one up at my local HMV store. So please check Kermit's Ghost, his great channel. I'll leave the link to his channel, Kermit's Ghost, and also Big Chris. So that is my update for May 2018. Sizable haul of DVDs and Blu-rays. So many thanks to the new guys who have subbed to the channel. Please put a comment. I'll always try to get back to you guys. Having great fun in this channel as the channel is growing. So if you like, always put a comment or sub to the channel. It's free and it's just a bit of fun among movie fans and collectors. So until the next video, take care guys, stay healthy and keep on collecting.